G'day, this is Captainoob and this is the RSh-12 Assault Revolver. This is a highly customizable standalone revolver type weapon, obviously, and we're going to be using the standard 44 Magnum animations replaced by War Daddy, so that'll spice it up a little bit. So this thing has a 5-round cylinder type thing, which isn't the greatest for ammo capacity, but it actually looks kind of cool there with the barrel at the bottom of the weapon rather than at the top. So that's kind of interesting, makes it feel nice and unique. Also, the aesthetics of this kind of remind me of the Unica 6, which is kind of interesting. Anyways, we'll move on to the attachments right away, and we'll go for an advanced receiver for the receivers for the best damage and a little bit of better rate of fire. And for the barrels, we can get the best range and accuracy out of the long light ported barrel. Very, very nice. And for the optics, we can chuck on some reflex sights there. You can put a scope on them, and I do intend to chuck one with a scope up, but you know what, we'll keep this one with a reflex sight. We'll make that one red. Moving on to the muzzle, you can have a suppressor on this thing, which is usually unheard of for revolvers, so I guess it's feeling kind of unique with the ability to put a suppressor on there. So yes, we'll definitely chuck one on there. And for the grips, for more recoil control, we'll chuck on the sharpshooter's grip. You can chuck on a laser sight for better hip fire accuracy in different colors. We'll make this one red, matching the laser sight, matching the reflex sight, sorry. And we can chuck a flashlight on, and we can even make that one red too. Nice. Now for the fiber optic sight, this is actually just on the front post on that iron sight there. We're not going to be using it, but if you chuck on just the standard one, that's going to be red. So yeah, we'll keep that one as that. And we can change the finish of the weapon. Right now, we've got the standard gunmetal. You can make that jet black if you want, which is actually kind of badass. I kind of like the look of that. Or you could make it chrome if you feel like having a shiny revolver, which is nice, but we'll make it black. Next up, we've got the rear iron sights. Basically, it's the same thing except on the rear post here. So there we go. We've got the fiber optic rear iron sights there. Not going to be using them, but they'll be there. And you can actually change the firing mode of this. So right now it is single action, which means you'll go through that hammer animation. I'm not sure if this is an incompatibility between this and War Daddy's animations, but when you fire this thing, the cylinder, it already sort of cycles. So when you pull the hammer back again, it cycles again. So the single action animations are actually a little bit broken with this. Double action, you don't have to worry about pulling the hammer down every shot, which does increase your rate of fire. And you've also got an automatic variant here, which is a little bit crazy, and with 5 rounds it's probably not the best thing, but yeah, getting a little bit of commando action with this is totally viable. So we'll chuck that onto double action. We'll definitely grab a automatic one a little bit later and use that in Gunner's Plaza. And there's also a legendary effect if you want, but we'll keep this one as is. I like this revolver. I usually don't like revolvers, but this one looks awesome. Alright, I'll see you in Gunner's Plaza, and I'll bring a couple more RSHs along with me. Okay, so I started firing my automatic one just to see what it's like, and apparently I've activated a glitch, and every so often when I do fire the 5 bullets out of it, I'll get the weapon perk or ammo perk that allows you to replenish your mag after you finish it. I can't remember what it was. Is it? I don't know, but yeah, as you can tell, I'm generating ammo, but there's actually a way to do this yourself. If I can stop this from firing, put that away, there we go. Yes, there's actually a way to get the ammo without doing that weird glitch. Under RSh-12 ammo, you'll just find a 12.7 ash round there, and that's with the components you need to craft it. It will require gun nut rank 1, but that's accessible anyway, and 1 round of that gives you 30 bullets, so you could easily just give yourself thousands of these things if you have these components, so that's nice. Righto, here we are in Gunner's Plaza with our RSh-12 assault revolver in our hands there. I like the reflex sight on this. It's nice and minimalist, which is good. Taking a look at this in third person, that's what it looks like. I think the Courier will be happy with this video because that is indeed a big iron there, and that flashlight on the side has function. As you can tell, that's just the same as your standard power armor tactical light there. We won't need that lest we get detected, so we're going to chuck that on a little bit later, or turn it on when we do get detected. There's our scoped one. As you can tell, it's a see-through scope, and the textures on the weapon up close and personal actually do hold up kind of well, which is nice. And I do like how the the crosshair on the scope lags behind the laser sight. And this is our automatic one, our very, very glitchy automatic one. We'll use that one a little bit later. This one is double action, so we should be able to kill gunners fairly quickly. Our scoped one isn't, that's only single action, because I wanted to have one of each sort of firing mode on this. So what we'll do is we'll hide just here and wait for all of them to line up, and then we'll chain together 3 kills like that. Okay, it kind of worked. There we go, 1600 damage, almost 1700 damage on that gunner with a sneak attack critical. Now, one of the huge advantages of having a suppressor is staying out of sight, and the extra damage multipliers you get with that is a very nice thing as well. What we'll do is just sneak around and just kill them nice and quietly, one by one, and we should be right to clear this place out in a fashion where we don't get shot at, which is pretty good, I suppose. But we'll probably get detected at some point. And what I probably want to do is get detected so I can actually fire this thing multiple times very, very quickly, show off its double action style. But don't these War Daddy animations look great? I like War Daddy. He makes some good animations, but I like the replaces that he does on the vanilla weapons. Most of them are really, really good. Alright, so now we are detected. We'll get in nice and close and personal, and then we'll hit him with all 5 bullets. As you can tell, without the fancy sneak attack criticals helping us out, we do struggle a little bit, but what that can be remedied by is just by shooting and aiming for the head, so we can 2-shot him if we get some headshots. So skill with this weapon is a factor in whether this thing is going to be good enough for you. So if I complain about this thing's damage output, you can tell me to get good. Okay, that's our first section of gunners taken out. What we'll do now is switch to the scoped one, and then we'll take Captain Bridget's head off. 1600 damage on you, and a nice follow-up shot kills you very, very quickly. These turrets don't have a clue where I am, so I'll just keep myself nice and hidden. See, this is the benefit of suppressors. If I was using just a standard 44 Magnum right now, I'd be getting shot at by every gunner and their mother, but since I'm not, I can just take out my targets one by one at a time, like a stealth assassin ninja or whatever. Although some of the panic fire might hit me, that's not going to be enough to bring me down. There we go. Only a few more in. You know what, let's just go Rambo style with our automatic one now. We'll see how that treats us. So, that's only a basic gunner. You'll die very quickly. Looks like as soon as you pull the trigger with this thing... No, never mind. Maybe it's when you aim down sights. Yeah, when you aim down sights and pull the trigger, you're committing yourself to firing the 5 bullets. But if you're hip firing, you can do it without, you can fire them off individually. You get a little bit of control as to how much you fire, which is kind of interesting. Maybe this is just a limitation with the, oh, I did it again. Go away. I think I figured out how to do it. Alright, so what you need to do is aim down sights, fire, then immediately come out of aiming down sights, and then you can keep on firing, like never-ending effect. This feels like a super overpowered Overwatch ulti here, so Allah's ult is now shooting a revolver over and over. As you can tell, yes, we're getting more ammo from that perk there, so I think I found this thing's major broken flaw in it. I can stop firing now, I think we're right. And the camera goes right down because I've been compensating for the recoil. But there you go, the RSh-12 assault revolver. Whilst it is a little bit glitchy in places, maybe I probably won't use this automatic one for too much longer. It is certainly a fun weapon to use. A revolver with a suppressor, isn't that good? Also, the laser sight textures, I think, is that a model or a texture? I don't know. But yes, that looks actually really cool. I'm glad that's a part of it. Righto, we'll move on to something else. We'll go for... Let's go for a swan kill. He won last time, we gotta get our vengeance. Righto, we saw a lot of real-time combat out of our assault revolver, so what I want to do this time is prioritize a little bit of that. Hang on, what's Swan killing here? That's just an albino Mirelurk hunter. You get him, Swan. This is his warm-up, I guess. How's he doing against him? I think he got him. Nope, he's down there. There we go. Now Swan is all clear. We can get some sneak attack crits on him. And what we'll do is we'll target his face for a little bit. Let's use half our AP bar. As you can tell, that's saying that that'll do quite a lot of damage to him. So yeah, we'll see if this holds true. 2200 damage, 26 when we get that concentrated fire happening there with that extra 20%. Yeah, that's really powerful. That's just obliterating him. So let's see if the single action one is a little bit more balanced. Looks like it. There's a little bit of a pause between shots, but not all that significant, but I guess it's a little bit more balanced than that. We're still absolutely pulverizing him at this point. And last but not least, let's see our automatic one and see how it goes in VATS. Now, I've got a significant range penalty on this, so firing at it from this range is probably not going to do us any favors. And it appears that we're not able to use this thing properly. Also, we're not getting snake attack crits anymore. I think the other Mirelurk lobster thingy has come up to avenge his mate, but I think it's a little bit too late. So as you can tell, this thing has a huge fire delay on it, which is kind of interesting. And what that means is that, yeah, you can't really use the automatic one in VATS. Now, generally in the game, what happens is the automatic ones fire in bursts, and you get 2 bursts out of this thing before you'd actually, you know, be able to. We'll have to reload, so there you go. So what we want to do is probably just bring out our double action one maybe, and just sit here in VATS for a little bit just to get some protection. Throw a crit in there, why the hell not? 942 damage, that's pretty good. The mysterious stranger is rocked up. Is he going to do anything? He did about 1,000 damage. Thank you, mysterious stranger. Your contributions are valued. Okay, we'll switch back to our automatic one for some good damage output. We'll try not to break it this time. Okay, we're at low health at this point, so one more hit will probably do us in. So we'll just retreat to the house and then we'll finish him off in there. What a perfect time to use the flashlights on him, right? I can't really see too much. Maybe my laptop brightness is a little bit down right now, but yeah, we can do pretty well here. No, use VATS, Damo, don't use VATS. Oh, we broke the thing again. We won by breaking this weapon. Okay, I think this one should just be forbidden. It's too broken. We keep getting our ammo back, but ooh, the flashlight stays. Oh yeah, so of course the flashlight stays after you put the weapon away. That's just how it works, but we'll turn that flashlight off, and now it's red because I'm using the red one. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably put that automatic one on the shelf simply because it's too broken, and then we'll go ahead and take on Gerald, and we'll do the whole gauntlet thing because, yep, the behemoth community, they're not getting away with beating me that one time. Righto, so here we are outside of the South Boston military checkpoint. The gunners and super mutants usually aggro each other, so we'll let those guys take each other out. I've killed enough gunners today anyway. What we'll do is we'll start off with the raiders as usual, and then we'll work our way around to the scrapyard to kill some super mutants. How that raider actually decided to flee, that's interesting. Okay. So, all of the raiders taken out, we can move on to the bear around here. He's usually sitting in the cave, so we should be able to kill him nice and easily. Now, what I want to do here is basically crit spam with this and see how fast we can take out the super mutants. But this bear will go down to a good old-fashioned real-time shoot and point and shoot. Okay. Now we're in position. We just got to find ourselves some super mutants. There's one. He's our first victim. We'll go for a crit, 2,500 damage, and the doggo next to him we won't waste a crit on. He'll come flying at me though, but we'll ignore it because I didn't actually think that would happen. Okay, that's another one dead. Skirmisher, overkill for a crit on him, but we'll definitely get him. Oh, I had one for a second there. There's another. Oh, looks like we're slightly out of range on that one. Got a bad damage penalty. This one should be okay though. Ooh. We got him twice there. That's interesting. Maybe that was the penetrator perk working. I'm not sure. Nope, couldn't have been. We just hit him twice. That's interesting. I don't know why that happened, but it certainly happened. Alright, there's another one. We're out of crits at this point, so we'll just go ahead and shoot him in the head without the use of that. Looks like it's enough to get him anyway. And we'll see if we can keep following that up with a more successful VATS shot for more crits. Righto, so old mate up there usually has a minigun. I was in the spotlight for a second, but looks like we're okay now. I actually really like the sound of this thing firing in VATS with its slow-mo. That's actually really cool. Okay. There's one. It's hard to tell when they're not there. Having the whole compass markers there with perception was a nice idea, because you can actually sort of see enemies through walls, and not just when they're aggroed, which is, you know, it was kind of nice, but whatever. Okay, stop sneaking around at this point. We'll see what we can do. I think we're almost done. There's usually a doggo in here. Yep. Okay, looks like we can test this thing without the use of the sneak attack. So, run basic critical, 840 damage. It'll take more than one critical to kill him, unfortunately. We won't waste it. We'll just go ahead and hit him just with standard follow-up shots. And then we'll just revolver Glock this next guy and miss most shots because the recoil is a little bit unpredictable. Broke it again. Okay, that can go away. Don't come back, automatic one. You're broken. Although, saying that, I actually kind of want to see how fast I can stack sneak attack criticals with this thing when it's all broken. So we'll just activate this thing's ult. Okay, it's not really working because I expected the super mutant to take on the gunners, but they kind of didn't. So now we're in quite a lot of trouble. So keep on running, Ella. We got this, girl, don't worry. And I think we're okay at this point. He's not going to chase us down. We'll just quickly outpath him with this, and then we can perch up on this rock and think about how our next move is going to pan out. Okay, so there's Gerald over there. We're still in danger, unfortunately, but Gerald can't get to us since he's a measly melee enemy. So we'll go ahead and crit at range there. 848 damage. Looks like we're quite in range at this point, which is good. It's going to take all of our AP bar to drop that guy, though, so that kind of sucks. Back into caution, which means more sneak attack criticals on the way. Yep, that'll drop him quickly. This one is immune to my sneak attack crittery, so he's going to be a little bit more successful, and he's also going to detect me for the rest of his friends. Even old mate with the minigun over there knows where I am. They've got some good radio communication, these super mutants, even without radios. Hang on, that's not a minigun. What have you got there? Is it a minigun? I can't really tell. Alright, we've leveled up at this point. Back into caution, which means it is time for more sneak attack crits on old mate Gerald there. He's got no idea what's hitting him, so he's going to run away. See, now we've got him on the run. And we've also got our health back, so that's nice. We can probably survive one or two more hits from Gerald, so that's good. Now, according to how this went on Swan, we should be able to kill Gerald very, very quickly by using this thing with a double action and also sneak attack critting him with that. So we'll definitely do that. We might as well get it started with a critical whilst we've got him here standing there, although we actually don't have the crit for it. There we go. He'll probably start approaching at this point. So instead of holding our damage back with crits, we're just going to let the whole VATS slideshow do this. This is how powerful this thing is. You can do so much damage if you stack sneak attack criticals with this. Maybe this is big. This is why revolvers can't have suppressors. Ooh, a nice cinematic shot of the bullet. And yep, that'll get him. And unfortunately, unlike Skyrim Giants, his movement inertia doesn't hurdle him a couple of 100 miles that way. He just sort of stops and dies there. But that makes him okay for looting, I suppose. Not that we'll ever take any of this stuff because it's for a video and none of this is going to stand when I load back the saves and test the next weapon with Ella, but you get the idea. So, that was the RSh-12 assault revolver there. I highly recommend this weapon. This has been one of the best revolver weapons out there, and I'll also chuck a link to Board Daddy's movement, or sorry, the animation replacer for the 44 Magnum. It works quite well with this. And yes, see the cylinder? It sort of moves twice as you cock this thing, which is, you know, It kind of is interesting. Maybe it's just an incompatibility with the animation set, like I said before. But yes, links will be in the description. Also, the Ella Companion mod, she'll be there too. Thank you for watching, guys.